I was 12 years old, just a normal 12-year-old girl, just going out with my friends, and we were going to a party. It was a birthday party. I'd been at my friend's the previous weekend for a sleepover, and we decided then to go on the Friday night to a bowling club in Kirkintilloch, and that was probably around, sort of kind of 5, 6 o'clock at night. So we got some food as well. We played our game of bowls. Afterwards, I just thought, oh, not feeling so well. The next thing I knew, I was being sick in the toilet at the bowling club, and I phoned my mum to come and collect me, kind of straight away, really, about 6 o'clock-ish, and she took me up the road and just put me to bed, just saying, like, you've probably just got wee cold or something, some sort of bug. Put me to bed, and that was that. Just as the night progressed, I was still feeling sick. It was getting worse and worse, basically, because I was getting more and more drowsy. I was being sick more often. I could, when I was trying to walk, etc., I just couldn't. I was almost kind of non-responsive to anything. And at that point, it was probably about 4 o'clock in the morning, when my mum and dad decided there's something not quite right here, let's take her to the hospital. On arrival at hospital, they took me in straight away. Basically, I think they just put, tubes everywhere, really, just to, try and save me, really, because I was very, very ill. It was life or death. They didn't actually think I would make it through the night. I went in on the 12th of December 1995. I was in intensive care for at least a month, and probably didn't wake up until about mid-January or something like that. They didn't wake me up themselves, and by that point it had already been done. I've got on my left side, I've got a below the knee amputation. The right side, I am missing kind of my partial foot, don't have any toes on my right side, and basically just the skin grafts. The skin started to die off once I had the operation, so they had to actually peel the skin off, take skin from somewhere else. They took the skin for the skin grafts from my thighs, took that off my thighs, and then patched up, basically took off all the bad skin from the scabs and everything, because everything did scab up and it was all black and horrible. And they put the skin grafts on. So the healing time was quite long. I was in hospital till about the March. One of the things that was noticeable was, I think my mum had brought me in some colouring books and pencils or something, and I couldn't actually lift the pencil. I was that weak. I couldn't lift it. And I think it was more of a shock actually to my mum than to me, to be honest, because I don't think she expected me not to be able to lift a pencil. So that was quite strange, and I think it was just that that was one of the things that we just thought, just the total impact of it all. I think it just brought it more to the forefront, to be honest, as to how sick I was, how ill I had been. And I've probably had about 10 legs over the years, even more maybe, just throughout the time, and they've progressively got better, but they're still not kind of cosmetically pleasing. Unfortunately, the ones from the NHS, they're there for the purpose. They're there for the purpose of to enable you to walk, and to enable you to get from A to B. Round about the age of, I would say, probably 16, 17, I was lucky enough to be able to go to the Dorset Orthopaedic Centre, and they have some fantastic prosthesis. The minute you wear one, you feel instantly better about yourself. You don't feel like you're that different. You can wear different types of shoes, etc. So it is actually life-changing, and I think it's so helpful to just your general well-being, really, to have something like that. It's just brilliant. It just makes such a difference to your everyday life, really. So after school, I went to university, managed to get into Glasgow Caledonian University, and did business studies. Graduated from university, and luckily, I was quite lucky actually that I got my first job in about 2008. I then met Richard, he's my husband, and I just loved the fact that I had you know, I had a boyfriend. Everything was normal for me. You know, I was working. I didn't know at the time, obviously, but I met my future husband, and things just went from, you know, better to great, really. Yeah. And last year we got married, and we met on a cruise, and we decided that last year we'll get married and we'll go back to the cruise ship and actually get married on the cruise ship. We had our cruise wedding with all our family there, and then we had our honeymoon, just the two of us, afterwards, which was just fantastic. And now we're having a baby. So it's all very good and very positive. And this is, you know, when you're 12 and things like that, you think when you're, you know, 30, I want to be married, I want to have babies and all that kind of thing. So I'm just lucky enough that it did actually all work out that way. You know, I did. This is basically the life that I wanted beforehand, and you know, I've managed to persevere and get it basically, and that's, you know, that's what I wanted from my life.